It's just this overall sense of tired. You don't have the energy to do anything. You just want to lay down and sleep, pretty much.
It is so hard. It is so frustrating to see the simplest tasks that you can sometimes do. You could do in the morning, you did last week, and you can't do right now because of the fatigue. It's disheartening, it's frustrating, it's so sad. It pisses you off. It's all of the things, you know. The fact that I've had times where I can't pick up a hairbrush and brush my hair. There's so many emotions. I have felt like a failure. I have felt like I can't be this bad, right? I can do it, you know, I'm being ridiculous. Let me just figure this out. But it is really hard. It is really hard on your mental health to be dealing with chronic fatigue because you don't understand it and you get frustrated with yourself. And I've learned through many years of therapy that it's in those moments you have to give yourself the most grace. And you can't do it, and that's okay. You can't do it right now. You'll do it later. You just can't do it right now.
It is the inability to fully engage in your life because you are so exhausted, not just emotionally, but like physically.
Oh, geez, it just feels like you can't do anything. You know, you're just dragging, you literally have no energy. It affects your mood. It affects, you know, it's just so debilitating.
There are days that I struggle to even shower because I can't stand for that long. And that's so hard.
You don't feel any motivation to hang out with friends. Like all you want to do is just sleep. So it can really impact your relationships with people and your overall sense of happiness, really.
Fatigue is so different than being tired because fatigue, you can feel it in your entire body.
Feeling a bit tired, you're gonna get more energetic later. And you know you will. Well, you don't always know, but usually you'll get energy later. Fatigue, you just constantly feel lethargic, essentially.
Fatigue is not something you can sleep away. You can sleep away being tired. You can sleep away even being exhausted. You can rest for a weekend. You can take a holiday. You can do those things. Fatigue is not something you can sleep away.
Yes, I mean, we've all experienced, you know, either you've been up too late or, you know, or you didn't have a good night's sleep. That's feeling tired. And you know that if you have a nap or you have a good night's sleep, the next night you'll be fine. When you're sick, it's like nothing works. Nothing will give you the ability to get through the day, or that's how it feels. It's just debilitating.
There's a very big difference between someone who is tired and someone who has chronic fatigue. Someone who is exhausted even, and someone who has fatigue, chronic fatigue. You know, I think the best way for me to explain it is I've had, you know, people, I'm not discrediting them being tired or exhausted and how difficult life can be. Under no circumstances am I discrediting that. But when I have conversations with folks and I try to make them understand the chronic fatigue that is very often hand in hand with IBD at different points in your IBD journey, is I have had moments in my life where I have been so fatigued that if my house was on fire, I could not get out on my own. And there is nothing I could physically, mentally, emotionally do to get myself out of that house by myself. That is what chronic fatigue is. It is not exhaustion, and it is not being tired. It's another level. It was literally a situation. My house was on fire, but a condo, I was living in a condominium, and there was a condo that was on fire, and we had to get out, and I could not get out. And I called 911, and I said, "You're already here, but somebody needs to come here because I can't go. I can't get out." I made it to the door, enough to open the door so that they knew where I was.
I think first and foremost is don't try to do the impossible. there is a limit. I mean, obviously your body's telling you there's a limit to what you're capable of doing in that moment. The critical thing is to get the medical help that you need to fix it or improve. It's not something that you're likely going to be able to fix on your own.
I would get a blood test because I found a lot of the time when I was really fatigued, I was anemic. And so I would start an iron supplement, which did help to boost some of my energy up.
If you are experiencing fatigue, you need to talk to a healthcare professional about this, because there are resources, medications, things that you can be doing in your everyday life that can help you combat dealing with chronic fatigue. It may not take it away, but it can certainly help make it better. It is not something to ignore. It is something you must talk to your healthcare team about. And if they're not listening, talk louder until they do listen.